What is up, everyone? Welcome to Seth LeRoy Home Teams. Now, this is going to be all Minnesota Timberwolves, all Minnesota Vikings, Minnesota Twins, Minnesota Wild, or just anything sports-related Minnesota. I've been wanting to start this channel for a while, but I have like a bigger channel that I do. That's mainly fishing, but I just always wanted to do one. I have all these different pages too on Facebook that is Minnesota sports team, stuff like that, but I've always wanted to do one. This will be like a lot about like, going over games. Obviously, I'm mainly a diehard Minnesota Timberwolves fan, but I also want to, I'm pretty crazy too with my Vikings. I got into the baseball season a little bit more this year too. I want to start expanding more and talk about how our teams are doing. Just something all Minnesota, but here's the difference between me and most Minnesota sport fanatics. Like, see my son's room, for instance. Like, and this one I'm going to just hop on the phone whenever there's a Timberwolves game. Mainly, Timberwolves will always be every time. Vikings will always be every time, right? Wild, all that stuff, that'll probably integrate eventually during playoffs and stuff, but, and throughout the season, just talking about how they're doing. But here's the thing. I'm like a real Minnesota sports fan. Now, and when I say that, I'm saying I'm diehard. I watch every game when the Timberwolves lose every game. I'm talking I watch every Vikings game when we lose. Like, that's just so you get to know me a little bit. If you stumble upon this channel and you go to my first video, oh, this is what this dude's about. Now, these are going to be coming out a lot with the Timberwolves, obviously. So that's mainly what my channel will be. But it's also like we're going to talk about the Vikings. We're going to talk about every team. Like, if there's anything that I want to talk about, or just as the seasons are going on, this is all going to be Minnesota love, Minnesota sports. And this is where you can go if like you miss a Wolves game, and I know you can just watch the highlights. But if you want to see what Seth LeRoy thinks about it, a diehard Minnesota Timberwolves fan since he was a freaking baby, you can go check it out. But it's just, I want to go somewhere where, like, I'm diehard, dude. I'm not like, I know there's a lot of wishy-washy, and I understand it. I understand the frustration of being a Minnesota fan. It's hard because we need to spend the money to do our thing. But I just don't stop. Like, to me, like, if we're not doing well on any of our teams, it's not the end for me. It's not, I'm not like, no offense, but I'm not the type that goes, well, screw this team, and I'll post about it all over social media hating on my team. I will get frustrated, and that can happen. But what I'm saying is I'm not just that wishy-washy type. I'm diehard to my team no matter what happens, okay? I've had Wolves seasons that were 20-game wins quite a bit, and I didn't stop. I watched every game and cheered no matter what. But anyways, so that's going to be the little intro of this channel. If you ever want to check out my bigger channel, that's Seth LeRoy Adventures. That's like fishing and outdoor adventures and stuff like that. But yeah, this one I'm just going to hop on the phone because there's so many games and stuff. I'm not going to get my nice cameras out for this channel. But anyway, so that's it. That's an intro for this. So I hope that you enjoy this. I hope you tune in. I hope people start tuning in and wanting to hear about like I say, mainly the Wolves. But there's going to be Vikings, all that stuff too. And Wild, and Twins. What a crazy playoffs this year for the Twins, too. But anyway, don't let me start ranting. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just glad you're rocking with me. And oh yeah, keep watching sports.